Constituency Development Fund, popularly known as NGCDF. That is also a discussion that we'll be having right here. And before I introduce my panel of experts, I'm Ben Troy Njue. Anne Wangeshi is my colleague on the bottom right of your screen, handling the sign language interpretation. But before we actually get into the conversation, there are a number of events that we are keeping our eyes peeled. IEBC Commissioner's interview that we do expect to conclude on the 24th of April do continue at the Kenya College of Insurance in South Sea. We also be having an affordable housing sensitization in the central region, I beg your pardon, where my colleague JJ Curie is keeping tabs. We have drought mitigation, a consultative meeting that we are expecting. And my colleague Jael Opicho is currently on that beat. And as usual, parliamentary committees continue this morning and in the afternoon. And we also be bringing you up to speed with all that latest happening right there. Thank you so much for joining us. But first things first, let's first of all cross over to the Kenya College of Insurance for the IEBC interviews. We have a sneak peek, then we'll be right back with this conversation.
Because that is based on discussion and stakeholder engagement.
All right, thank you very much. I wish you well. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. I want to ask Koki to ask you some questions. Koki, please.
Thank you very much, Chair. Mr. Noseli, I want to follow up on that question, but I would like you to go beyond the use of KIMS kit and assume that you have already answered that question. Okay. I would like you to tell this panel and those Kenyans watching you, what other innovative areas, what other innovation in use of technology can be applied in other areas of the electoral cycle? Don't talk about transmission of results, don't talk about registration of voters, and don't talk about use of KIMS kit. Now think innovatively of all the other things that are required activities in the electoral cycle that the IEBC does, that you can innovate if you become a member. And you say how that technology can be used and to bring more integrity and credibility to the election itself, the election process itself, and the outcomes of the elections, including the results.
Okay. Yeah.
That is clear.
Yes, that is clear. Thank you. Thank you, Ambassador. We can use modern technologies to be able to improve the electoral process even before the elections begin. One of those is to set up a call center that is operated and running throughout the election cycle. A call center will be equipped with social media tools that we can even be able to do affirmative actions for the youth and being able to reach them, and using also social media interactive tools. Now, how this can happen is that when you have a licensed social media application, usually you can even target a particular region, a particular segment of age group of a particular population, and be able to target the message to this particular group of voters. Also, in the use of AI, we can be able to do what is referred to as sentiment analytics. Sentiment analytics is this. We can be able to scan the social media and find out what are people talking about IEBC. Currently, usually, what I've seen is that happening is that users of social media usually will go page by page and looking for what people are saying. But with this tool that is called sentiment analytics, we can be able to see, even gauge the mood of the population, because it scans all the social media platforms and give you a report on what is out there in the public. And not just a report, because that now gives you the opportunity to respond and tailor your response to be able to improve and address issues that are emanating. Because by the time it boils up, usually it gets to be to a level that is not controllable. So we address issues as they arrive, and also we know we can be able to measure the temperatures of the public in terms of what is happening out there. Another application is the use of CCTV in the constituency tallying center. And then by use of CCTV, we'll be able to view from a central location and even do recording of what is happening at the tallying center, because I think 290 constituencies are not quite many, because this service can be either outsourced to a provider, and then we can be able to monitor the constituency of what is happening at each of the constituency tallying center. And we can also have a portal.
The Nelson Makanda-led committee there taking one of the candidates through the steps of the interview. Remember, the interviews are for the IEBC commissioners, which are scheduled to end on 24th. After that, they will give us names of at least chairmen and also commissioners who will be cleared by the president. But that just forms back of what we'll be discussing this morning. And if you just joined us, this is KBC News Check, where we are looking at the state of people and politics, and especially when it comes to matters that affect you. Allow me now, first of all, to introduce my panel of experts before we proceed, beginning from my immediate left. From my immediate left, we have David Alulu. David Alulu is the CEO, Regional Agency for International Development and Leadership. Good morning, Alulu.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It feels good to be back here at KBC.
Welcome.
Asante.
And of course, you will take us through the steps of our foreign policy, which seems to be dented. And just next to him, we have Mundalo Advice. Mundalo Advice is the National Youth Chair, Jubilee Party.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning, bro.
I always see you on TV. I haven't seen you in a while.
Even here, you're seeing me on TV.
Yeah, I'm still seeing you on TV. And I'm quite sure you have enough advice for the young people, and especially when it comes to party primaries.
Definitely, definitely. I haven't been here specifically to KBC this year, so it's good to be I call KBC back home.
Yes.
Because all my political journey started here at KBC.
Yes.
Yes.
And just next to him, a very good friend and MP from Mwingi West, Honorable Charles Ngusia Nguna.
Yes, welcome. Here again.
You haven't been.
Yeah, this year, but I've been busy.
Of this, this Sheikh Stadium and also electric to a whistle box to the strike democracy. Yeah. 5 beaming at least political campaign every even the vote comes to decision from the youth policy future.
Nearly 80% of the population